So we recently went on a trip to Shanghai for 9 days, and it was pretty cool. It was just that we made some pretty stupid fucking mistakes while we were there, due to our preparation, or the lack thereof, and it really costed us, figuratively and literally. My cousin recently just moved to Shanghai to study, and he said, "Yo, I have a public holiday from October 1st to October 9th. Yeah, come meet me here." That was 3 weeks before the trip, and we only started preparing for the trip 2 weeks before. And we have only been to China once, that was 10 years ago, and I only can speak a little bit of Mandarin. Ni hao arigato. Of course, we were here for vacation, and the stakes aren't really that high, so... But still, not making mistakes is still better than making mistakes. Duh. If you are traveling for other reasons such as business, then yeah, making mistakes would be very fatal. So I'm going to tell you how we prepared this trip, what were our mistakes, and maybe you can learn a thing or two. Number 1. Packing. That includes your clothing, your electronics, essentials such as medicine, ID, and also your toiletries. So the first thing that we asked to my cousin is that, what is the climate like there? And he said that it was pretty warm, and there were some days that it became chilly and he had to use a sweater. Fun fact about me, I live in Bali, and it is fucking hot. The part where he said that it was pretty warm was not a lie. However, during those 9 days, I did not feel anything that is even remotely chilly. I was soaking my balls off for those 9 days non-stop. I brought a sweater. I did not use it, and it took up so much space in my luggage. Other than that, I mostly packed the right things. I brought multiple socks so that I won't get stinky feet, short pants, and long pants, and quite a few pieces of clothing, because not gonna lie, wearing sweaty clothes is kinda gross. And here's one thing that we did right, and that is we didn't overfill our luggage. My family and I are hedonistic creatures. We know for certain that we're gonna shop there. And number 2, in some case if we forgot to bring something, or we underpacked on, like, let's say clothing, we can just buy there. Overall, our packing is pretty good, but there are some things that we should have brought and also should have not brought. I brought my iPad. I was thinking that I was gonna edit some of my vlogging footage over there. Guess what? I didn't bother to edit. And so I saw zero use for this iPad during the whole 9 days. That is a me problem, but yeah, you get what I mean. My mic. So I brought my mic for a pretty stupid reason. I thought that using this DJI mic mini would make my background or my audio quality better. Guess what? I didn't bother to use this too. I also brought a gimbal, thinking that my footage would be better with it. Even though yes, my footage would be better with it, but I didn't bother to use it at all. It was fucking heavy. My carry-on was small, and it's just a hassle to set up. I was also thinking of using my gimbal as a tripod. In hindsight, that was really stupid. What was I even thinking? Gimbals are heavier than tripods. One thing that really we should have brought with us was antacids. It's for us to eat after spicy food, so that we won't have spicy food stomach aches after eating spicy foods. And we really learned our mistake over there. Keep in mind for our next trip, Aldo. Number 2, places to go. We were only staying in Shanghai since my cousin's holiday is only for around 8 days. So we didn't bother to go to other cities. Other faraway cities such as like Beijing or Guangzhou, Chongqing, and there are a lot of stuff to do in Shanghai. So what we did was that we have places that we want to go listed down, and we go to whatever place we want whenever we want. We don't have an itinerary, we just basically winged off our trip. And spoiler alert, yes, we also made a mistake with our planning. In a few places that we were planning to go for a day trip, decided on one place and that was Suzhou. We didn't do any research beforehand regarding Suzhou, or at least I didn't. I don't know about my other family members. I didn't know what Suzhou is, didn't know what places to visit in Suzhou, didn't know where to eat at Suzhou, how to get there, and how to get back. I only knew about it one day before, and that was when I was taking a shit. We booked our train ticket one night before our trip. I booked our train at 6 p.m. and we went to Suzhou 9 a.m. the day after. We went there, yada yada yada, we got lost, we got bored, and we were in so much pain because we had eaten really spicy food the day before. We really needed to take a shit. But here's a fun fact about China. No offense, but their toilet is full of shit. Again, figuratively and literally. Remember that I said that I didn't book a ticket for our way back? But that is because I thought that I can just get a ticket whenever we want. There are a lot of trains that go from Suzhou, Shanghai, and vice versa. So we thought, hey, why don't we just book while we are in Suzhou, so that we can freely travel around Suzhou. So we booked a ticket. We went to our train station to go back. Guess what? I booked a ticket for the wrong fucking train station. The train station that I booked was Suzhou South, as I remember, and we were in Suzhou Central. The distance between Suzhou South and Suzhou Central was 300 kilometers. We tried to get a refund, but we were only able to get a 70% refund. And we decided to use Didi, basically Chinese Uber, from Suzhou back to Shanghai. That costed 300 yuan. Next time, when we are gonna go on a day trip, please do proper research beforehand, although. Number 3, budget. In most cases, yeah, you should really plan out your financials thoroughly. We didn't. It didn't really cost us that much because what we basically did was that we stayed at a cheap hotel, relatively cheap hotel. We didn't really eat expensive food all that often. And for me at least, I didn't shop that much. So yeah, moving on. Number 4, accommodation. We only stayed in one hotel, and that was Atur Light Hotel near Dashi Station, Exit 5. It was a great hotel. Clean, new, staff were friendly, and most importantly, it was near a train station, meaning that we don't have to go that far to basically travel around Shanghai. But we made a stupid mistake regarding that hotel. You see, we booked this hotel in Agoda. It had 9.5 ratings, and we saw that for 4 people, you can stay in just one room for a price of 3.8 million rupiah. Most hotel rooms in Shanghai are around 2.2 to 2.5 million rupiah for 2 people for one room. And so we were thinking that it was such a great steal. It was listed in Agoda as 4 people and 2 double beds. We haven't been to a foreign country in a while, so we don't really understand like today's terminology on hotel stuff or travel stuff. We didn't know what a double bed is. We arrived at the hotel. Damn, it's pretty clean. The staff, even though they can't speak English, they tried their best, and we basically just used our Google Translate and their own version of Google Translate to communicate. And it went pretty well. We went up to the hotel room, opened the door, and saw the beds. Us, who haven't been abroad for quite a while, thought, why are the beds so small? We went down to complain, and we saw 4 people for using 2 double beds. Double beds! I searched up what a double bed is, saw the dimensions, and like, oh, we made a mistake. Can we get a room change, please? They said no. So the only best thing that we can do was to book another room with just 1 double bed. The reason why we made a huge fuss about this is for 2 reasons. One is that we prioritize comfort. We have paid for 5 nights in this hotel, and so we want comfort. We're not gonna cramp up 2 people on one single double bed. That sentence sounds so stupid, but That's just how the way it is. I know that I sound very privileged, but each individuals have each of their own circumstances, and we have our own circumstance. So yeah, we're sorry about that. And the second thing, me and my cousin are huge bed tossers. Every single time we sleep on the same bed together, it's chaos. And one person is gonna be on the floor in the morning. Most of the time, it's me. And if my cousin stayed in the same bed with his mom is already an elderly. No, it's not gonna be. Yeah. So we ended up booking one more room that has one queen bed, and we stayed the whole 6 nights on the double beds. And after those 6 nights, we felt that the hotel was great overall. We downgraded this room into a single queen bed, and we kept this room. Number 5, visa. We used a visa agent to make our visa to go to China, and everything went by easy, but not smoothly. It's because of one mistake that I stupidly did. So, the story is that I recently renewed my passport. The visa agent asked me for my passport, and I accidentally gave him the PDF of my old passport. That was 2 weeks before the trip. 5 days before the trip. Visa agent, hey, your passport got declined. Ah, the fuck? Why? He sent me the passport document. Oh shit. 5 days before the trip, I didn't have a visa yet. Luckily, they were able to do some source fee and managed to get me a visa just 2 days before the trip. But during those 3 days, I was so fucking stressed. It is such a stupid mistake that I could have avoided if I had just been a little bit more careful. Number 6, local apps. I mean, every country has their own app that is essential to the locals that can benefit travelers like us. Like for example, if you're traveling to Bali, Gojek is one of the essential local apps. It is useful for transportation, food delivery, delivery in general. Japan has Tabelog, that is basically Google reviews, and Suica card for your metro and bus transport. And for China, you basically have a fuck ton of it. Alipay, Weixin Pay, e-wallet for basically everything, including public transport, online taxi, and whatever. If you don't have either one of those, you're fucked. Because China is slowly going cashless, and if you only carry cash around with you, it's gonna be hard. Didi, Chinese Uber, is basically integrated into Alipay, which is convenient. We're here at our final mistake. It happened during the first hour of our trip. We landed in Shanghai, and we wanted to get to our hotel. We didn't understand how the metro works, so we thought, hey, maybe taking a taxi would be much easier to go to our hotel than using metro. We ordered a Didi. Okay, we got our first driver. It immediately got cancelled. Okay, so we just stood at the parking lot, and then another driver accepted us. Okay, cool. And then a car came to us. Why is the car different from our phone? He gave us our chat. He asked whether we are his passengers or not. And he said, no, we're not. Okay, he was about to leave. He checked his car. He checked his Didi chat log and saw us on his chat log. Yeah, you are our passengers. We saw our app and it's not his car. But we were thinking like, who gives a shit? We went in. Yeah, you probably thought that it's very stupid for us to do that. You are goddamn right. In the middle of the highway, the driver got a call. Then he stopped. He spoke to us in Chinese. We didn't understand. Google Translate. He said, hey, you shouldn't be in here. What to do with you guys? What to do with us? You're the taxi driver. We don't know. Our taxi driver was visibly fuming. He called up a guy again after that. Maybe his supervisor. And so after that, he said that, okay, I can get you guys to your hotel. You have to pay me for this amount outside of the app. Luckily, it was more or less the same as the fare that was in the app. The app was 146 yuan, and he gave us 150 yuan. He wasn't scamming us. Great. So basically everything went smoothly after that. He wanted to pay. We used Alipay. No, I don't. No, Weixin Pay, please. We tried our Weixin Pay. It's not activated yet. Well, shit. Do you accept cash? We gave him 200 yuan because we only have 100 yuan bills. He said, I don't have change. We're not gonna not pay. Okay, fine. Keep the change. It is an instant switch up. He went from visibly fuming to immediately becoming the best the most friendly guy that we have met in Shanghai so far. Like, holy shit, the switch up is crazy, bro. AMAP, which is Chinese Google Maps. Probably the biggest lesson you've learned from this video is that you really need a translate app when you're going for travel, especially in China. We are surprised that basically no one can speak English well. And surprisingly, the best English speaker that we found in China was a 7-Eleven clerk. VPNs are also important, especially if you're going to China, because China blocks a lot of websites. 2 apps that articles and videos recommend that we didn't end up using was Tachong Tianping, that is an app to review places, mainly food, and Xiaohongshu, or Rednote, which is basically Chinese Instagram. We didn't use those things and we didn't find any repercussions for not using it. But regarding reviews though, we wish that we had done more thorough reviews on the places that we went to, especially for restaurants, because I mean, it sucks if you go to a shit restaurant. But luckily, Shanghai is known to have good food, and yeah, mostly our food that we got was pretty damn good. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Hope you learned a thing or two from our mistakes. And if you have any other tips, leave it down in the comments below. And the next video is going to be my vlog on this 9-day trip in Shanghai. Peace.